I think that's all they're going to need. And the other ones, the scones are still in there. They're going to be waiting for another few minutes. Let's put a little flour on it, just to make sure they're not going to stick to the roller.
You did Biscuits, you didn't roll them up.
No, I didn't. I just added it together, and then just decided to do the well. I did the well, and then once it came together, I just patted it together in a ball, and then put it in the fridge for half an hour. You can see my butter is in there, and it's flattening out, even though it wasn't flattened out initially. Now, to keep things kind of square and everything, I'm just kind of squaring up my edges a little bit. And if you do that regularly, you'll find that it's just easier to manage. So like I mentioned, about 16 by 10 inches is what I'm going for, just to kind of keep things nice and even. Now I'm going to fold it over by thirds. And I'm just going to kind of get rid of some of this excess flour to make sure that it will kind of stick to itself. And by folding it over like that, you're just instantly creating layers that are going to be inside. The butter just flat in there will form in between those layers. A little bit of flour forms in between those layers, and this will come apart and flake apart very easily. And of course, because I've squared it up a little bit, my edges are staying nice and straight. Now the recipe just calls for roll the dough in a 3-fold, roll the dough to 16 by 10, refrigerate for 30 minutes. So this isn't quite 16 by 10 right now, so let's roll this a little bit more. Since it's been folded on top, and I flip it over.
Alright, so say you're in a very hot kitchen and the butter keeps melting and getting everywhere. What do you do?
I would take this, put it back in the fridge or the freezer just to harden it up again.
Okay.
That's all you can really do.
And just keep putting it back in the fridge?
Yeah, every time it softens up, just keep putting it back in the fridge, and it will help the butter stay hard. Really, it's going to be so much to your benefit to have it firm like that than to let it melt.
We tried it once. We tried making cream horn once at work, and it's probably like 89 degrees. And there it is in time. And it's just like the butter kept melting, and it was just like an ongoing process of putting it back in the fridge, putting it back in the fridge, putting it back in the fridge.
It's so frustrating.
It was awesome.
Yeah, that's the thing. When it's warm weather like this, it's really hard to make good biscuits. And that's one of the reasons why, our great-grandmothers and stuff, when they made biscuits, they'd make them in the morning, bright and early at 5 a.m. It was still cool outside, Just before everything, settled in and the house warmed up. You don't want the warmth of the house, the warmth of anything to hit these until they get in the oven. So that's approximately 16 by 10. And that's about ready to go. And they're just about ready to be cut. We're going to let this rest a little bit now because since I rolled it out, if I cut these right now, they will go in the oven and they'll shrink. And just like I mentioned here, they'll go from being nice rounds to being ovals. And if I want to prevent that from happening, all I have to do is just make sure that it's loose on the surface and that it has a chance to rest for a little bit. So I'll put this back in the fridge now for 30 minutes, and I'll go to my scones, which are waiting to be worked on as well. The scones will be brought out when they hit 45 minutes, and we'll cut those and put those right in the oven. Okay.